Hello, I am Hamid Arbai. Join us in this session to explore the seamless integration of Azure and Power Automate, empowering you to optimize processes, enhance productivity, and achieve automation excellence. Learn how to leverage the robust capabilities of these platforms to streamline workflows, automate tasks, and unlock the full potential of your business operations. Whether you are a seasoned professional or new to automation, discover our practical insights and the best practices that will propel your organization toward efficiency and innovation. So, who I am? I am Microsoft MVP in developer technology. I am a cloud solution architect, Microsoft certified trainer. I am a part of the program of Docker Captains as a Docker Captain. I am from Tunisia and actually I'm living in Canada. I love learning and sharing. If you have any questions after this session, you can reach me by Twitter or LinkedIn. So, in our agenda, we will talk in the beginning about the need of workflow automation in a big organization or small organization, public sector or private sector. An overview of Azure and Power Automate. What is Azure? What can Azure offer us as services? And what is Power Automate? Leveraging Azure for workflow automation. We will see how we can integrate Azure and Power Automate together. Some best practices for streamlining workflows and how we empower an organization with automation. In today's fast-paced and competitive businesses landscape, organizations are constantly seeking ways to optimize their operations and stay ahead of the curve. Workflow automation has emerged as a critical strategy for achieving these objectives, offering numerous benefits that are essential for success in modern business environments. So let's start by the first need in our case, that is enhanced efficiency. How? So workflow automation streamlines repetitive tasks and processes. It reduces manual intervention and minimizes the risk for any error that can happen. By automating routine activities, organization can achieve faster turnaround times and improved productivity across various departments. We have another need is related to the cost savings. Automation eliminates the needs for manual labor, resulting in significant cost savings for organizations. By reducing the time and resources required to complete specific tasks, companies can allocate their resources more efficiently and invest in other areas in their businesses. We need also to improve accuracy and compliance. Manual processes are prone to errors, which can lead to costly mistakes and compliance issues. Workflow automation ensures consistency and accuracy in executing tasks, helping organizations maintain regularity, compliance, and reduce the risk of error or non-compliance penalties. Another need is to have the scalability and flexibility. As businesses grow and evolve, the demand for scalability and flexibility becomes increasingly important. Workflow automation solutions can easily adapt to changing businesses' requirements, allowing organizations to scale their operations efficiency without disrupting existing workflows. Enhanced customer experience. Because automation enables organizations to deliver faster and more consistent service to their customers. By streamlining internal processes, businesses can respond to customer inquiries and requests more quickly, leading to improved customer satisfaction and loyalty. Another benefit of automation is related to data visibility and insight. Workflow automation provides organizations with a real-time visibility into their processes and operations. By capturing data at every stage of the workflow, companies can gain valuable insight that enable informed decision making and drive continuous improvement initiatives. And competitive advantage in today's digital economy, agility and innovation are key differentiators for success. Because organizations that embrace workflow automation are able to adapt to market changes more quickly, innovate at a faster pace, and maintain a competitive edge over their rivals. To summarize, workflow automation is no longer a luxury, but a necessity for organizations looking to thrive in the digital age. By embracing automation technologies, businesses can enhance efficiency, reduce costs, ensure compliance, and deliver exceptional experiences to their customers, ultimately driving sustainable growth and success. Let's now take a look about the needs, why we need the workflow automation. Organizations today encounter significant challenges when managing manual workflows. These challenges include complexity. Why? Because manual workflows often involve multiple steps and handoffs between different departments or individuals, leading to complexity and inefficiency. We have also the time constraints, because manual processes can be time-consuming, resulting in delays in task completion and project timelines. Error-prone, because human error is inherent in manual workflows, leading to inaccuracies, mistakes, and rework. We have also lack of visibility, because manual processes lack visibility and transparency, making it difficult for organizations to track process, identify bottleneck, and monitor performance. Another challenges where we are faced is related to compliance risks, because manual workflows increase the risk of non-compliance with regulation and standards, leading to potential legal and financial consequences. And automation workflows offers multiple benefits to address these challenges, including efficiency. Workflow automation streamlines processes, reduce manual intervention, and accelerate tasks completion, leading to improved efficiency and throughput. Productivity. So automation frees up employees from repetitive and mundane tasks, allowing them to focus on high-value activities that drive innovation and growth. Cost savings. By reducing the needs for manual labor, so automation helps organizations save costs associated with staffing, training, and human error. And finally, error reduction, because automation minimizes the risk of errors and inconsistencies inherent in manual processes, leading to higher accuracy and quality outcomes. To summarize, the need for workflow automation arises from the challenges posed by manual workflows and the benefits it offers in terms of efficiency, productivity, cost savings, and error reduction are significant drivers for its adoption in modern organizations. Now let's discover Microsoft Azure and Power Automate. Let's define them. Microsoft Azure is an open and flexible cloud platform that serves as the developer data storage, service hosting, and service management environments. Here are some key points about Azure. The first point is a wide variety of services, because Azure provides a comprehensive suite of services including cloud storage, compute services, network services, cognitive services, databases, analytics, and IoT. On-demand compute and storage. Developer can access on-demand compute and storage resources hosted in Microsoft data centers. Whether you are building web application, running machine learning models on management, or managing databases, Azure offers scalability and flexibility. We have hybrid and multi-cloud capabilities in Azure because Azure allows seamless integration between on-premises infrastructure in the cloud, and you can also use Azure alongside other cloud providers, creating hybrid or multi-cloud environments. And you have a choice of tools and frameworks because Azure supports various programming languages, frameworks, and tools, whether you are a developer, data science, or IT. So what is Microsoft Power Automate? Let's define what is Power Automate and to understand the difference between what can Azure offer to automate and what is the different services offered by Power Automate. Formerly known as Microsoft Flow, is a powerful automation platform that empowers both coders and no-coders to streamline business processes. Here is some key points about Power Automate. The first one is that it's workflow automation, which means that you are able to use a drag-and-drop interface. Power Automate allows businesses professionals to automate repetitive manual tasks and paper-based processes. Whether it's synchronizing data between applications, sending real-time notifications, updating databases, or gathering information from various sources. Power Automate simplifies these tasks. It's no code and low code because you don't need to be a developer to use Power Automate. It caters to both technical and non-technical users, making it accessible for everyone. And you are able to integrate it with legacy systems because Power Automate enables you to leverage previous off-limits legacy systems. Whether you are automating simple workflows or robust processes using robotic process automation, Power Automate has you covered. Some key features of Power Automate to mention. Let's start by the first one, that is data-driven decision making. Because the Power Automate helps you gather and process data efficiently, enabling better decision making within your organization. We have task and process automation, whether it's automating repetitive tasks or orchestrating complex processes. Power Automate provides a single platform for both. And you are able to integrate it with Microsoft 365 apps because Power Automate seamlessly works with Microsoft 365 application, allows you to create workflows that span across different tools and services. You have also artificial intelligence features that is incorporated, and it gives you different capabilities, enhancing its automation capabilities. Desktop flows, so you can automate tasks directly on your desktop using Power Automate. And we have also Cloud Flows for more extensive processes. Cloud Flows provide scalability and flexibility. Other tasks and process minings understand and optimize our existing processes by analyzing data, identifying bottlenecks. And we have powerful governance made easier because you are able to manage and govern your automated workflows effectively. To summarize, Microsoft Power Automate is a versatile tool that empowers organizations to automate tasks, improve efficiency, and enhance collaboration. Whether you are dealing with account payable, customer service, or any other business process, Power Automate can simplify your workflow and boost productivity. So let's understand more the different features inside Power Automate. So Power Automate, part of Microsoft Power Automate, offers a user-friendly interface and wide range of functionalities designed to streamline workflow automation. So we have the first part is the interface exploration. So Power Automate provides a user-friendly interface that allows users to create and manage automated workflows with ease. And users can navigate through different sections of the platform, including creating flows, managing connectors, and monitoring flow runs. You have functionality overview, which means that Power Automate offers a diverse set of functionalities to automate repetitive tasks and business processes. So user can create automated workflows known as flows using a visual designer with drag and drop capabilities. Flows can be triggered by various events such as receiving an email, updating a file, or submitting a form inside SharePoint, for example. And Power Automate supports a wide range of actions, including sending emails, updating records in database, and posting messages to collaboration platforms. And you have a set of connectors. One of the key features of Power Automate is the integration with different applications and services through connectors. Connectors serve as bridge between Power Automate and external systems, enabling seamless data exchange and interaction. So Power Automate offers a vast library of pre-built connectors for popular applications such as Microsoft Office 365, Salesforce, and Twitter. Additionally, users can create custom connectors to integrate with their organization's proprietary systems or external APIs. To summarize, Power Automate provides a powerful yet user interface platform for automating workflows. With its intuitive interface, extensive functionalities, and wide range of connectors, Power Automate empowers users to automate tasks and streamline business process efficiently. So here we have other key features to consider, an overview. So let's start with the first one, seamless connection through more than 302 of the most common applications for enterprise. Power BI connectors within Flows connector to the third-party database and tap into the business intelligence and analytics. We have also templates and no-code interface to automate the business processes with one click. Only one click, really. And complex team flow creation, where the project group owns and manages a flow together. The robotic process automation track step-by-step actions such as mouse clicks, keyboard usage, and data entry, and then replicates those actions into smart workflow that automatically activates. UI flow that work with legacy desktop and the web-based applications that lack an API. And we have a quick addition of artificial intelligence through pre-built AI models without users needing to know line code, any line code. And we have mobile app accessibility on Android and iOS for running flows on the go. Let's discover the limitation of Power Automate. We see that it's offers different features, different tools, we have different functionalities. But really it's a powerful tool for automating workflow. But like any other software platform, it has its limitations. It depends from specific scenarios sometimes, depends from the role of Power Automate. Some of the limitations of Power Automate includes complexity for advanced scenario. For example, while Power Platform offers a user-friendly interface for creating workflows, complex scenarios may require advanced technical knowledge or coding skills. Certain advanced action or integration may not be supported directly within Power Automate, requiring workaround or custom development. We have connector and integration. Some limitation that while Power Automate supports a wide range of connectors for integrating with various applications and services, There may be limitation in terms of available connectors or compatibility with specific systems. Some third-party or custom application may not be dedicated connectors, making integration more challenging. We have performance and scalability limitation here. We'll see how. So depending on the complexity of the workflow and the volume of data processed, Power Automate might encounter performance limitation. Large-scale workflows or high-frequency triggers might experience delays or timeouts, affecting overall performance and scalability. So Power Automate has different performance profiles based on licensing. So, for example, if you have low type of licensing suitable for free, Microsoft 365 and Dynamic 365 team member plans. We have another plan that's medium. It includes Power Apps, Triggered Flows, Power Automate Plan 2, and Dynamics 365 Enterprise plans. High for Power Automate, Process Plan, and Pay-as-you-go flows. And you can select Unlimited Extended. It's reserved for specific scenarios. The performance profile affects request limits and capability. More limitation related to data security and compliance, because Power Automate can operate within the Microsoft Cloud ecosystem, which may pose limitation or constraints related to data security and compliance requirements. Organizations operating in highly regulated industries or with strict data privacy requirements may need to ensure compliance when using Power Automate for sensitive workflows. We have other cost considerations. While Power Automate offers various pricing plans, including free and premium options, organizations need to consider the cost-complete applications, especially for large-scale deployment or workflow with high usage. Certain feature or premium connector may occur additional costs, and organizations should carefully evaluate pricing plan based on their requirements. We have a limited customization options. While Power Automate provides a range of pre-built templates and actions, customizable options may be limited for certain scenarios, because organizations with specific or unique workflow requirements might find it challenging to fully customize workflows within the constraints of Power Automate's capabilities. We have flow definition limits. Each flow definition has certain limits. For example, actions per workflow limited to 500 actions. Nesting depth for actions up to high levels. 8 levels here. And switch scope cases, maximum of 25 cases. For variables per workflow, you are limited to 250. Actions or trigger name length, 80 characters, limited to 80 characters. Expression length up to 8,192 characters. And about description length, you are limited to 256 characters. And tracked property size maximum of 16,000 characters. You have my flows limits depending on your licenses. There are restrictions on the number of flows you can create. Refer to the Power Platform licensing guide for details. Dependency on internet connectivity. Because Power Automate workflows operate in the cloud, relying on internet connectivity for execution. This dependency on internet connectivity may pose limitations for organizations operating in environments with limited or unreliable internet access. So we have limited error handling also. While error handling is possible, it has some limitation compared to more advanced tools. Overall, while Power Automate offers significant benefits in terms of automating workflows and improving productivity, organizations should be aware of these limitations and carefully evaluate whether Power Automate meets their specific business needs and requirements. In some cases, A combination of Power Automate with other tools or custom development may be necessary to address complex scenario or overcome limitation. Now let's take a look about what is Power Automate here. We open Power Automate. It's related to your account, Microsoft 365, so you just access directly to make.powerautomate.com. You need to identify before selecting a template, and here we can start with a connector, as you can see. This is an overview. If you have any template, you can go directly, you made a search, you see you have a lot. And your flows, it's inside my flows. As you can see, I have only one flow today to RSS. And you can see some functionalities are required to have a premium access. If you like to create, you just select one of them. You can search for specific web forms, for example, and you can find the convenient template that you like to use. This is about Power Automate and how you can use it. Now, let's talk more about Azure for workflow automation. So, Azure offers, let's say, two services. Let's talk about we will talk about the first one, that is Azure Logic Apps. That is a cloud-based service that allows users to automate workflows by orchestrating tasks and integrating with various Azure services. It provides a visual designer, it's like Power Automate, for creating workflows using a wide range of connectors and triggers. User can define workflows that respond to events, process data, and automate business processes across different systems and services. This is the first service where we are able to use in Azure. We have event-driven architected that is based on Azure functions, using the functions. Function is serverless computing service that enables users to run code in response to events without the need to manage infrastructure. It supports multiple programming languages and allows developers to write small pieces of code, we call that function, that execute specific tasks. Azure functions are ideal for automating tasks such as data processing, file manipulation, and integrating with an external system. You are able to integrate the functions with any other external system. Let's take a look in a demo about Azure Logic App. We open Azure portal.azure.com. You need to be identified before reaching this interface. Next, let's select Create Resources to be able to add a new services or resource. We call that resource in Azure. So I made a search about Logic App, and let's take a look here. It's Microsoft Logic App. It's a product of Microsoft. It's service related to Microsoft. Now we need to fill different elements here with different requirements like resource group. You need to select your specific subscription. And in the flow, we need to define the name of our Logic app. We publish as a flow or as a container. In our case, it will be a flow, just to see the interface to be able to create our workflow, our flows. And after we just check the different resource and we click or create. The service will be created in a few seconds. So it takes few seconds to have our Logic app already deployed, and we click on go to resources. Here we have the overview, you have URL that will include our Logic apps. Here we have the workflows we suppose created before. We have some connections, the connections between the different flows. To start with, you have API connection. You are able to use service provide connection function connections, for example. In overview, let's come back to our URL to see how it looks. So here we click here on the URL. You see that's your functions is already running. As you can see, we don't have any problem for now. We click on create a workflow in designer, and it's really simple designer. Let's give a name to our workflow that I'd like to create. It's stateful one. You have stateless or stateful. We start with stateful. It's more simple. And we click on create. Let's take a look in our workflow, and we have the developer code and designer. We will open the designer in our case. The code is using JSON, and design is more simple to use it to create our workflow. As you can see here, add trigger. We need to click on trigger. We need to add the new trigger. We select from different connector. We see we have multiple connector to select from. Connector related to Azure. We have other connector from a third party, from other providers. It depends. So, for example, we have blob storage. I will select blob storage. So, when we select Azure blob storage, in this case, we see that we will use when a blob is added or updated. We will create our workflow using this one, using the Azure blob storage. So I give a name to my connection. I need a storage account connection string, so I need to create my blob storage before starting my workflow. And I'm able to add actions. You can see here that it's really easy to use the designer to create your entire automation. Now let's move to the second part here, and it will be related to understand the difference between Power Automate and Azure Logic Apps. We see that both of them have the same, let's say, the same roles, the same functionalities. But what's the difference between them? We have designer, friendly user interface. We are able to create different workflows, automate our actions, our flows. But what is the difference between them? So they are both powerful workflow services that allow you to automate the processes, integrate with various services, and build efficient workflows. But let's explore some key differences between them. Let's start with the focus here. For the first one, related to Power Automate, it's targeted at end users and makers within Microsoft 365. It provides a user-friendly experience for creating workflows. It's really dedicated or ideal for automating tasks directly within familiar Office 365 applications. But for Azure Logic Apps, it's aimed at IT professionals, developers, and administrators. It offers a similar user-friendly designer surface. We already discovered that, but allows for more complex integration solutions. It provides advanced development tools, DevOps capabilities, and monitoring options. If we talk about licensing model, let's take a look of the difference between them. We start by Power Automate. It operates on a per-user license model with Office 365. Instead of that, Azure Logic Apps uses a consumption based on fixed pricing model because it's a cloud, it's hosted in the cloud via Azure subscription. So you pay as you go. And for connector and integrations, both services offer over 300, more than 300 and more than 302 connectors to integrate with Microsoft and third-party services. For Power Automate, it focuses on simplicity and ease of use, and Azure Logic Apps provides additional options for more complex scenarios. We remember about the different limitations related to Power Automate. We understand that Logic App comes with more complex scenarios. So we resolve the problem or the limitation of Power Automate by using or combining Azure Logic Apps. We see how we combine them. And for the flow creation, Power Automate, for example, use a web-based designer for creating flows, also support UI flows for automating tasks within applications. And Azure Logic App, it offers a web-based designer, also similar to Power Automate, it's the same. Additionally, you can create flows using Visual Studio. If you remember, we have the visual, the designer, and the code. We use, in this case, JSON. So what about error handling? For Power Automate, it includes a flow checker that identifies error within the flow, and it provides feedback when saying a flow if errors exists. For Azure Logic apps, it offers more flexibility in handling errors and exceptions. To summarize, if you'd like to select or use Power Automate for quick and straightforward automation within Microsoft 365 and opt for Azure Logic app when you need more advanced features, integration capabilities, and control over your workflows. Both options significantly reduce efforts and allow you to focus on higher value tasks. So, how we are able to integrate Azure and Power Automate? So, we have seamless integration, which means that Azure and Power Automate seamlessly integrate to provide a unified platform for workflow automation. And Power Automate offers connectors specifically designed to interact with various Azure services, enabling easy integration and data exchange. We have a lot of benefits for this integration. We already talked that we have some complex scenario to work with. So in this case, we can use Azure Logic app. And for more simple scenario, it's always Power Platform that is more and more simple to use. And for the benefits of integration, we have comprehensive automation. By combining Azure's robust capabilities with Power Automate's intuitive workflow automation features, organization can create end-to-end automation solutions that encompass wide range of tasks and processes. Scalability is one of the most important benefits for this integration because leveraging Azure scalability infrastructure allows Power Automate to handle large-scale automation initiative effectively, accommodating growth and increased demands. Flexibility. The integration of Azure and Power Automate provides flexibility in designing workflow that span across Azure services and external applications, ensuring adaptability to evolving business requirements. Enhancing the capabilities, we have access to Azure services such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and advanced analytics empowers Power Automate with advanced capabilities for data processing, decision making, and predictable analysis, enhancing the sophistication and effectiveness of automated workflows. To summarize, integrating Azure services with Power Automate enables organizations to leverage the strengths of both platforms, resulting in comprehensive, scalable, and flexible workflow automation solution that drive efficiency, productivity, and innovation. So let's see what are the best practices for streamlining workflow. Clearly define objectives, which means begin by clearly defining the goals and desired outcomes of the workflow. You need to understand the purpose of the workflow ensures that it aligns with the organization's overarching objectives. Understand user needs because conduct through research to understand the needs and preference of end users who will interact with automated workflow. And incorporating user feedbacks ensures that the workflow meets their requirements and enhances user satisfaction. Simplify processes. So you need to identify and eliminate unnecessary steps or redundancies in the workflow. So simplify processes, reduce complexity, minimize the risk of error, and improve overall efficiency. Tips for optimizing workflow automation processes, which means we are able to standardize processes, establish standardized procedure and guidelines for executing workflows consistently across the organization. Standardizations enhances clarity, reduces ambiguity, and ensures uniformity in workflow execution. Regular Regularly review and updates continuously monitor the performance of automated workflows and gather feedbacks from users and stakeholders. Why? Because regular reviews enable organizations to identify inefficiencies, address emerging challenges, and update workflows to reflect evolving business needs. Leverage analytics, which means need to use data analytics and performance metrics to measure the effectiveness and efficiency of automated workflows. Analyzing workflow data help identify bottleneck, optimize resource allocation, and make data-driven decisions to improve workflow performance. Incorporate feedback loops. It implements feedback mechanisms within automated workflows to capture user insight and suggestions for improvement. Feedback loops facilitate continuous improvement by providing valuable input for refining workflow design, functionality, and user experience. By incorporating these detailed best practices, organizations can streamline workflow design and optimize workflow automation processes to achieve maximum efficiency, productivity, and impact on business operations. How empower your organization with automation? So we have leadership buy-in, which means that we can secure support from organizational leaders to champion the adoption of automation technologies and foster a culture that values innovation and efficiency. Communications. This is important because communication and awareness means educate employees about the benefits of automation and how it aligns with organizational goals. We need to encourage open dialogues and collaboration to promote understanding and buy-in across teams. And how we can contribute in training and skill development, we need to provide training programs and resources to equip employees with the necessary skills and knowledge to leverage automation tools effectively. Empower teams to explore and experiment with automation solutions in their day-to-day work. So we need to adopt to continuous learning adaptation. Continuous learning and adaptation. We need to stay abreast of technology trends, keep up to date with advancement in automation technologies and industry best practices through continuous learning and professional development initiatives. Adaptation to change. Embrace growth mindset and be willing to adapt to changing circumstances and evolving automation requirements, which means that we need to encourage flexibility and agility in adopting new technologies and refining automation strategy to meet emerging business needs. And for any change inside an organization, not only for automation, we need an iterative improvement, which means foster culture of continuous improvement by regularly evaluating automation processes, soliciting feedbacks from users, and iterating on solutions to enhance efficiency and effectiveness over time. By focusing on these detailed strategies, organization can cultivate a culture of automation that empowers employees to embrace automation technologies, drive innovation, and achieve transformative results in their day-to-day work. And we will talk about some use cases. Data processing and analysis. Ingest our data from multiple sources, which means organizations often deal with data from various sources, such as databases, applications, IoT devices, and external APIs. Azure provides tools like Azure Data Factory, Azure Event Hubs, and Azure Blob Storage to ingest data from these diverse sources efficiently and perform transformations as the data is ingested. It often requires cleaning, transformation, transformation and enrichment before analysis. Azure offers services like Azure Databricks, Azure Data Lake Analytics, and Azure SQL Data Warehouse for performing these transformations at scale. So we store results in Azure services after processing and analyzing the data. After processing and analyzing the data, organization needs a real-world storage solution to store the results. Azure provides several storage options such as Azure SQL database for structured data, Azure Data Lake storage for big data analytics, and blob storage for unstructured data, enabling organization to store the data securely and cost effectively. Another use case is related to customer service automation, which means automate support processes. So Azure allows organization to automate various customer support processing such as ticketing, routing, and resolving using tools like Azure Logic Apps and Azure Functions can be Power Automate. And for example, incoming customer queries or tickets can be automatically categorized and assigned to the appropriate support agent based on predefined rules. Ensure prompt responses and personalized service with Azure organization can set up automated responses to customer inquiries, providing instant acknowledgement and initial assistance. Additionally, Azure Cognitive Services can be leveraged to analyze customer sentiment and personalize responses based on individual preferences or past integration. And enhance customer experience by automating support processes and providing timely personalized responses, which means that organization can significantly enhance the overall customer experience, and Azure or Power Automate enables organization to deliver seamless, efficient customer service across multiple channels, leading to higher customer satisfaction and loyalty. To summarize, Power Automate or Azure, any Azure services, Logic App, or functions provides a robust platform for organizations to implement data processing and analysis workflows. We see how we can combine of them, specifically when we would like to ingest the data, as well as automate the customer service process, ultimately leading to improved operational efficiency, better decision making, and enhanced customer satisfaction. And for real world examples, let's start with the first one that's related to automating data ingestion. Let's give an example for scenario. A retail company operates multiple stores globally and collects sales data from various sources, such as point of sale system, e-commerce, platforms, and social media channels. They need to ingest the data regularly for analysis and reporting. Solution here? Let me guess that the company leverages, for example, we take a look at simple related to Azure for Azure Logic App to automate the data ingested process. Logic apps are configured to pull data from APIs, file storage in Azure Blob Storage, and database like Azure SQL Server database. Using built-in connector, Logic App can schedule data ingestion tasks at specified intervals or trigger them in real time based on events. Once the data is retrieved, Logic Apps apply transformation as needed and load it into Azure SQL database or Azure Data Lake storage for further analysis. It depends from the data storage. So, for approval workflows, we have a scenario example. An organization implements a purchase approval workflow where employees submit purchase requests that require managerial approval before procurement. The existing manual approval process is time-consuming and prone to delays. The solution in this case here is give a solution. The organization can implement Power Automate to purchase requests. Power Automate triggers an approval workflow routing the request to the appropriate manager based on predefined rules or hierarchical structures, and manager receive notification via email or Microsoft Teams, allowing them to review and approve requests directly from their inbox or mobile device, for example. So Power Automate track the status of each approval and updates. You see here we have some real-world examples that demonstrate how organizations can leverage Azure services such as Logic Apps and Power Automate to automate common business processes effectively. By automating data ingestion and approval workflows, organization can streamline operations, improve efficiency. And in conclusion, our exploration of leveraging Azure for workflow automation has shed light on the transformative power for cloud-based automation solution. So we have efficiency and productivity. In our case here, Azure provides a comprehensive suite of tools and services for automating various business processes from data ingestion to approval workflow. By harnessing Azure capabilities, organization can streamline operations, reduce manual effort, and increase productivity across the board. If we talk about scalability, flexibility, Azure Power Automate offer them. It allows organizations to scale their automation solutions seamlessly as their business grows. Whether you are a small startup or a large enterprise, Azure can accommodate your automation needs with ease. And the enhanced customer experience, we talk a lot about that because automation enables organizations to deliver prompt responses, personalized services, and with automation, customer service process, organization can improve their customer satisfaction, loyalty, and retention. We talked also about continuous improvement because automation is not one-time effort but an ongoing journey. Organizations should embrace a culture of continuous learning, adaptation, and optimization to minimize the benefits of automation over time. By regularly reviewing and refining their automation workflows, organizations can stay ahead of the curve and drive innovation in their operations. So we encourage you to explore further opportunities for leveraging Azure for workflow automation within your organization. We recommend to explore also different functionality and features related to Power Automate. So automation data processing, streamlining customer services. If you want to optimize internal workflow, so we have all these possibilities if we integrate Azure with Power Automate also. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and really we look forward to seeing you in another session about Power Automate, Power Platform, and much more also for Azure. Any questions? You can reach me by Twitter, you can reach me by LinkedIn. Please don't hesitate to reach me if you have any questions. We will share the slides after. Thank you.